Hi, my name is Kate. I'm also known as twolittlekits, and welcome to my FlossTube. It's been it's been 2 weeks. Like just a regular 2 weeks. So yeah, I don't have anything to add to that. It's been 2 weeks and I've worked on stuff and not much else has really happened. So let's get started. I don't know really where to start. I feel like I should have an interesting introduction. I feel like I should have something cool to say before we dive right into something, but I don't. I don't know. I feel like I want to address the face situation that I have going on right now because I'm very self-conscious about it. I have completely broken out in pimples and they're driving me insane, and yeah, I'm very self-conscious about the way I look this fortnight for this floss tube, so just be nice. Anyway, why don't we start with my finished piece, which I will be framing and backing and taking some photos and videos of hopefully today, but just sometime over this weekend basically. And yeah, it's this piece here. So this is actually a demo piece that I have stitched. I have been meaning to create a demonstration piece of a Stitch People family for a very long time. I just haven't gotten around to it. Basically, I've either forgotten or I've been too busy or I just haven't been motivated to, I guess. But I finally have, and I'm very happy with it. And the reason that I have done it now instead of in the future or in the past is because I was contacted by my school's PTA because they're holding a silent auction this coming week. 2 years ago, I donated the same kind of thing to the silent auction. I completely forgot about it last year and I didn't get contacted last year about it. So I didn't do one last year, but yeah, I was contacted about giving another portrait to the silent auction again this year. And I'm like, yes, hell yes. But this time I don't want to send my own family portrait because I just don't want to. Plus I don't have the latest piece I have that I'm working on, I have here, which I haven't touched in ages, is this, and it doesn't have any hair. And it's 2002. So like, I've done the design for 2003. I haven't even done the design for 2004. And man, I need to work on this because I need to free up this needle minder. I love it so much. This is my favorite painting. It's Starry Night by Van Gogh. Anyway, so if I were to give my own family portrait as a demo, it would be 2021, which is like such a long time ago. So anyway, I've been meaning to make a piece. Things are falling. I've been meaning to make a piece that I can give temporarily as an example of what someone would be getting for such a long time. And so I'm just like, I'm free right now, just do it. So I did it. I was gonna do the Smith family instead of the Harris family here, but the capital S is a little bit ambiguous in what it looks like for this font. So I changed it up, wanted to keep it small still. I didn't want to use my family's surname just because it's longer. I think it's turned out really good. So the piece that people can bid on is up to 6 characters. So I did 6 characters in the piece. I wanted to demonstrate at least one animal. I considered doing just 4 people and a cat and a dog, but I didn't in the end because I am planning on doing another demo piece, and the next one will have a dog in it. It'll be probably a smaller family, like maybe 3 people and the dog, or 4 people and the dog. But I'm going to do something like what I do for my eldest daughter, and I do, you kind of can see it. So she has headphones because she has auditory sensory issues. So I'm gonna do something that, I mean, I could even do this, which is the moon boot that I was wearing, but my plan is to do a demo of something like that. I haven't decided what exactly, but yeah, I'm very happy with how it's turned out. I keep sharing it, I keep babbling, but that's what it is, and it's gonna go in just a 6-inch hoop, and I'm gonna stitch one of my two little kits, like things on the back. Oh, here's the back too, because I don't usually share my backs, but I'm always very proud with how they turn out. Yeah, let me know what you think of this in the comments below. I'm really happy with how the mum's dress has turned out, and I think the cat is adorable, and I'm really happy with how his hair's come out. I usually hate doing men's hair, but this one, his specifically turned out really good, and yeah, her hair's great as well. And I did the little pigtails. I was gonna do high pigtails, but then I decided to do bottom ones because I hadn't done that in a long time, and that way it felt like the little bows would make more sense. So yeah, I did that. Anyway, let me know what you think of this. That'd be great. And obviously, if you would like to commission a piece like this from me, there's a link in the description. I would love to chat. So let's chat. So that's my finished piece for this fortnight. I don't remember if I even shared the pattern last FlossTube, but yeah, like I can turn around that kind of thing in a really short space of time. So especially right now, because I don't have a commission going on. So anyway, let's move on to works in progress. Let's start with my flower meadow. I am, I think, 2 days behind. I definitely haven't stitched today's or yesterday's. I'm pretty sure I'm just 2 days behind, but that's where we're at. So that'd be, let me see, let me check, because I mark off which ones I've stitched. Yeah, so I'm 2 days behind, so I haven't stitched today's or yesterday's. So this is 65 flowers total. And yeah, I've just finished the 4th row. Funnily enough, so I've actually rolled the dice for yesterday and today, so I know what flowers are coming. And the one that I just stitched is actually the next flower too. And funnily enough, it'll be on the next row. So it's kind of broken up, which is cool. Usually with the flower field, when I did that last year, whenever I got a double, they were always next to each other, but this time they're technically next to each other, but they're actually not, because they're going to be on separate rows. So yeah, that's my flower meadow. It's coming along really cool. I really like this combo here, where the flower, this little squat flower, has snuck underneath the neighboring flower. So that was the kind of thing I was really hoping I'd be able to do quite a bit with these flower designs. So I'm really happy with that. That's awesome. Let me know what you think. And if you would like to do your own one of these, there's obviously a link in the description for the flower meadow, and I'll likely put the flower field in the description as well. So I'm gonna be stitching the last 2 flowers that are remaining once I finish recording. What else have we got? The Secret Grove, which is this one, I think. Yeah, Secret Grove by Needlelot Designs. I have finally finished part 2, and I'm working on part 3. The latest release of the Secret Grove came out yesterday, because I'm actually recording this on Saturday instead of Friday. So release 7 came out yesterday, so you can tell I'm really far behind. But this is where I'm up to. The owl is just so cute. I love it very much. And it was, once I put the border stitchings on it, it just popped so well. Is that in focus? I hope that's in focus. But right now I'm working on part 3, which is the bottom of the tree, and it has a sign that says welcome. I think it says welcome. Yes, it says welcome. And then next on like the bottom of the tree sort of coming up behind it as two mushrooms. So this isn't as an exciting section, but it's important. So yeah, lots of browns, which is fine. But yeah, that's been awesome to get through part 2 finally, because that part felt like it took a long time. And I think after the next release, I think that'll be it. I'm just gonna look at my calendar. Secret Grove part 8. No, there's a 9 and a 10. Okay, so there's still more bits to go. But yeah, the 7th part is really cute. I think it's a rabbit. Yeah, it's a rabbit with a little backpack. I think it's very cute. The next work in progress is the one that I've done probably the most work on this fortnight, and that is Court of Crows by Fine Frog Stitching. So this is the frame for her stitch along, and I think last FlossTube I just had like just the purples done, but there's actually been a lot of colors that I've gotten through. You can't really see that very easily because a lot of them are tiny little gems like in here. So there's these little specks of yellow, and then there's 2 reds here, and those kinds of things are throughout the piece. So there's been lots of confetti stitches, and right now I'm working on the color that has, I think, the most stitches. Have a quick squiz. Yeah, oh, no, there's another one. So the very last color is a darker brown, and that one has a little bit more than what I'm doing now, which is fine, it's not a problem. And that's the brown that will go with and fill out these frames. So yeah, that's going to be really cool. I'm really curious about, because I think this is her first stitch along. No, it's not her first stitch along. This is her first one that isn't about mushrooms, but there might be a mushroom, I don't know. But this one is my first stitch along that I'm doing of hers, and the first pattern that I'm doing of hers. So yeah, I don't know what it is. It's like, I'm curious if I've actually misremembered the size of this fabric, because I thought this was 18 count, but it feels so much smaller. Like it's 20 count even. I don't know. So I've been really enjoying this because it's so tiny. Anyway, let me know what you think, and if you're doing it too. So that one's been nice to just kind of stitch whenever I've wanted to stitch, basically. The last work in progress I have is my upcoming pattern, which will be released next Monday, the 17th, and it's called Missed Opportunities. Adjusting my floss. I knew that was going to happen. I was waiting for it. Okay, washing machine's done. This is Missed Opportunities. I am almost finished. I just need to do the rest of the writing and then hoop it and everything. Yeah, I really like the idea of this. I don't think it's gonna do very well. I don't think it's gonna really get bought, if I'm being quite honest. But I am of the opinion that I shouldn't make designs that are necessarily going to sell really well. I want to continue focusing on stuff that brings me joy. Yeah, this little cat with his little typewriter, making stories and whatnot, whatever little cats do with little typewriters. And I like puns. So yeah, that's why I'm doing this. There's only been, I think, 2 pieces that I've designed, stitched up, and then decided I'm not going to release this. And this could potentially be one of those, or I will release it and just leave it and then maybe remove it in the future. I'm not sure. I don't know. But yeah, I think it's adorable, and I'm always a sucker for a good excuse to use variegated floss. I've even, and I'll talk about it in a bit, stop it, be quiet. I've actually written, what is happening? Oh my gosh. Posted a thread earlier and apparently it's kicked off and people keep commenting. Anyway, I was saying I'm a stickler for variegated floss, and I've actually written a blog post about how to stitch with variegated floss because I'm releasing this pattern. That's what I was trying to say. So yeah, let me know what you think of this. The whole thing reads, and because I can't remember, I have to get the pattern out. My 3 favorite things are the Oxford comma, irony, and missed opportunities. So it is a visual joke because it doesn't have the Oxford comma, and that's ironic because it's a missed opportunity. That's the whole thing. Anyway, that's the piece. You'll be able to get it next week. Thank you for letting me ramble. So that is my works in progress. I am hoping soon to be able to pick up some of the more recent works in progress that I have kind of dropped the ball on, and that specifically, I specifically think of Night of the Frost Dragon because I really like how that looks. I'm just still like, because I stitched it on black. But I do really want to pick that up again. And now that it's getting bright out and, you know, it'll be easier to stitch, fingers crossed. But I do have, and this is a good segue into just stitchy news, I guess. I did sign up for Extraordinary Birds by Lola Crow. It's her next stitch along, and I think it starts early April. That's when the frame will come out. I've actually just put it in my calendar for all the release dates. So I think it's 6 weeks to do the frame. That's usually her time frame. And then there's 14 features that are coming out with 2 1-week breaks sort of scattered in between some of the parts. So yeah, I really like Lola Crow's designs and her stitch alongs. So I was like, of course I have to join, of course. And I'm actually hoping to receive my fabric for that today in the mail. Yeah, ordered some fabrics off 123 Stitch, and I pulled out the little floss away bags of some of the colors from it. So I have those, and then I got the remaining colors that I need because they're birds, it makes sense, but there's like so many new colors that I didn't have as little floss away bags, even though I've got all of that. I don't know what to do with all of that. So yeah, I got to put these in little bags, but I've got heaps of time to do that. So yeah. What else? Where's my notes? Where did my notes go? What other stitchy things is happening? Oh, it's not, I can't show you yet because it's also supposedly coming today in the mail, but I have placed an order through moo.com, which is where I get all my business cards and flyers and stuff like that printed. And I got a bunch of new business cards. I got a bunch of new certificates of authenticity, both in the big size, and I got a little square size so that I could do them for my necklaces. What was I saying? Sorry, my husband just came in. Oh yeah, I was going to show you these. So I've got my certificates of authenticity. So I'm getting more of these because this is the last one I have left. And I'm getting more thank you cards, which I just write the code in there when I send these out. And I think I'm getting some more stickers. I think. I can't remember. I don't think so actually. But yeah, so I'm getting some more bits and pieces that I need because I think this is also my last thank you card. Oh no, I have a few more. That's right, this is my last thank you card, but I have like 3 or 4 more of the certificates. And I get the envelopes that match the size too, so yeah. Blog posts. I have 3 new posts on my website. I've got stitching white on white which I have been planning on writing this blog post for a long time. The photos that I used are actually from when I was stitching the banner image, I should say, is actually when I was stitching the Farming Magic Stitch Along by Flossie Fox Shop, which was like early 2023, I think. So like I took the photos for this blog post a long time ago. But there's that one, and I highly recommend you read that, especially if you are a pattern designer. So please, you can disagree with me if you want, but I feel like it's really important to at least consider. The next one that I've got is about Ort jars and what they are and why you should have one. So this is my little Ort jar for this year, which doesn't have all of my Orts for this year because I collect them with all of my projects. So for example, this is my colors for Flower Field. I have my little scraps one. So that's all of my Flower Meadow scraps that I have already for this year. And then I've got like, this is the one that's in Quarter Crows, which was in some other project too. So it's just a little Ziploc with all of those bits in. And I do have some nicer little containers. Like this one is for my Orts. So you can see all my Orts. That's for the Secret Grove. And I have a little catcher in my car, and like, yeah, so that's what Orts are. And the last blog post is mastering variegated floss, which I briefly mentioned earlier, and that's about how to stitch with those floss colors that change colors. These aren't DMC flosses, but stuff like this, where it changes as you stitch. And I need to find a project to use these skeins on because they're so pretty. But they're hand dyed, so I can't wash the piece after I've done it. So that'll be tricky. Anyway, so yeah, new blog posts, links will be in the description for all of those. I would love it if you could check them out, and if you've got any comments about the posts themselves, you can drop a comment at the bottom of each blog post or in this video. The last thing to chat about is IRL stuff, which is going to be really, really brief because not a lot has happened. I graduated acupuncture. Hooray! I did my 8th session, I think it was, 7th or 8th session. And yeah, he asked me, do you want to come back in like a month and see how you are? Or do you want to just call if you are feeling pain again? And I'm just like, yeah, I'll call if I need to. I still got either 2 or 3, depending on how many I did, sessions that are covered by insurance, so that's pretty good. Yeah, I don't have any more acupuncture sessions. Hooray, because I hated them. Not a fan of needles, not a fan of just laying there. I mean, like, that wasn't the worst, I guess, but it was kind of boring. But yeah, so that's good. And other than that, like, we've just kind of been doing family stuff, really. We made cookies, we've been doing arts and crafts, we just sort of hung out, we played video games together. I took my daughter to a play date yesterday after school, and the weekend before she had a sleepover at a friend's house. Like, it's just been cruisy. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I did check my calendar because I couldn't believe that nothing really else has been going on. And yeah, so that's probably the shortest IRL section I've ever done. You're welcome. With saying that, I am going to wrap that up there. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, there's links in the description for all the stuff I've talked about. Let me know in the comments what you think about my little demo piece again, and what you think about my upcoming pattern, which is called Missed Opportunities. I would love to hear your thoughts and feedback on that. That would be great. So until next time, I will see you around the internet.